Good evening, my trading community. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are blessed on this beautiful Monday morning. Fucking hell, what the fuck? I thought I'm doing calls. Monday morning. Um, Guys, sorry, I thought I'm at work still. It's actually Monday evening. So, guys, like I mentioned, this is the very first episode of the Zaza FX Show. My very first episode. The show is basically just here to provide some free educational value around forex trading, just some free forex insights on a daily basis, free forex analysis, free forex chart breakdown, just how I enter, how I exit my trades, how I basically what's the plan I use, what system I use. I'll dive into as much detail as possible through all the experiences that I've went through, all the lessons that I've went through. I've basically paid the school fees for so many of you, and I wish there was a podcast channel that was going to provide or provided me as much value as I'm about to provide you guys in this channel from today onwards, guys. So, guys, put in your thinking caps. Try and forget what you've learned from wherever you come from. If you do join my channel and you are a consistent viewer of my channel and you do find value in this channel, please, yes, understand all the things that you have learned so far, but when you come into this channel, try and just unlearn whatever you can and just come into this channel with a fresh perspective, with a fresh mindset, and just be open to learning, because I can guarantee you will learn a lot. This model has worked consistently for myself and for my students. Not just for myself, I have people that have as well coached. I have people that I've mentored step by step from beginning to end that has reached some level of success that I can say, I can now tell you to actually listen to me and to actually learn from me. In the past, when I just started my forex journey, I couldn't tell people to listen. I couldn't tell people to stop, stop what they're doing, and actually come listen, come learn. Right now, I'm at the stage where I've grasped enough knowledge, I've grasped enough, I've had enough experiences, good experiences, bad experiences, and I've just learned what works consistently in the financial markets. Guys, I cannot be speaking these things from the bottom of I can't just be speaking these things. What I'm trying to say. These are things that I've literally went through. It's experiences I went through. It's lessons I went through. I learned the hard way. All right. Just a background story of who I am. I'm trading now for about 3 years. Sorry, I'm trading for about 3 years now. I learned the hard way, guys. Trading should never be a income generator. That's where a lot of people make the mistake. They think trading should be an income generator. Trading should actually be an income accelerator. It's very risky to leave your job. It's very risky to take on the skill or take on this career called forex trading when it's your only form of income. And that's what I did. But it wasn't only my only form of income. I had to do many other things that was able to fund my trading and to fund this passion, to fund this career, to get me to a point where I am. If I hadn't to invest in other businesses, if I hadn't to do other things in other side hustles, I would never have gotten to a point in my forex trading journey where I am now. So a big part of my success, guys, is I had money to fund all the time. Didn't know where I got it, but I made a way to get it. There's mad secrets I can tell you guys about, and that's what I'm about to do. This is going to be the most uncensored forex channel in South Africa, Cape Town, guys, and I mean it. It's going to be the most uncensored forex channel. I'm going to be literally just very honest and transparent in my entire experience when it comes to my forex trading journey, because I know there's many of you guys going through the exact same thing, and I want you guys to know that it is normal. It's very normal what you're going through. I want to come from just a point of relatability to make you aware and make you understand that these are actually things that they have to go through in order to get to a certain level, in order to make it a success, in order to reach your full potential, guys, basically. So I can speak all night basically, but we are to just, like I said, tonight's lesson is simply objective is simply just to provide you guys with a forex lesson, just breaking down some chart analysis for this week, just going over the market outlook. I obviously have sent basically all my analysis for today in my VIP group. So every day we do send a full breakdown, a full analysis of USDT, Nasdaq 100, gold, GBP USD, and Euro USD. I mostly send USDT, National 100, and gold. That is about guaranteed to be sent every day. Now and then I send Euro USD, not as consistent as the other three pairs, which is my favorite. So that is why I do stick to those. My community who has joined my channel, has joined my community, also joins because they have a passion in those pairs as well, because they enjoy trading those pairs as well. That is why they are like people who follows me, people who join my community, people who actually takes the time out, like you guys today, which I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Without you guys who's viewing this today, who's been there from day one, I wouldn't have had the motivation to be pushing out this content. I wouldn't have had the motivation to continuously upskill myself, to continuously put myself through, you know, costly mistakes, because now I pay the school fees for you guys. And if you guys can listen to what I say and actually learn from what I say, because I'm talking from experience, you guys can save you guys so much money that I lost, that I never should have lost, right? But if I learned the things that I'm going to teach you guys in this channel today and the future, I would have saved so much more money going forward, guys. So guys, today we have in front of us, I have gold in front of me here. We're just gonna have a breakdown of gold for this week, basically. So if I go to the weekly chart, right? For those of you guys who know, for those of you guys who have been part of my program, for those of you guys who've been following me, you guys would know how I break down a chart. But for those of you who hasn't been following me, for those of you who's not familiar, this is exactly for you guys. That's exactly why I'm having this stream tonight, just to provide you with some free value, give you some clarity on the markets for this week. As you guys can see, we have gold on the weekly chart, guys. So you guys know the only thing I do on the weekly chart, when I go into the weekly chart, you probably wonder, what does one do on the weekly chart? Why do we do a top-down analysis? Why do we start on the weekly but I end on the 1 minute? You probably wonder why. Guys, a top-down analysis is where we do an entire top-down analysis from the weekly time frame up until the 1 minute time frame, right? We break down and we make sure that all the time frames are in alignment with each other. We make sure that all the time frames are fractal. The markets are fractals. Happening on the one time frame is happening on the other time frame. So if we can build a narrative and we can build a picture and we can build a bigger picture and keep narrowing it down, eventually to end up by our entry, that is how we find a setup that is high probability. That is how we tick our confluences. That is how we have utmost confidence to get into a setup, because we have broken it down in depth, a top-down analysis from the higher time frames to the lower time frames. So what does the higher time frame give you guys? So I use simply the higher time frame. Why go to the high time frame? And you probably wonder, Zaza, but you enter on the 1 minute. Zaza, you enter on the 5 minute. What does that have to do with the weekly chart? What does that have to do with the weekly bias? So yes, it's a great point to make. It's a great. A lot of people think, why does scalpers worry about the high time frame charts, even if we don't hold that long, even if we're just holding for a 1:3 or on the 1 minute? Guys, we do a top-down analysis and we go into the higher time frames because it gives us the narrative. What is the narrative? The narrative is where you think this market is going. The narrative is where you think this machine is going. So where's the machine right now? What is the current narrative? The narrative right now is where the market's at, and you asking yourself, no, sorry, this is currently what the market is at, where the market is at right now, what we have in front of us. Right? This is what we are given. This is what we are dealing with, right? So all we need to ask ourselves now, what is the narrative? The narrative is either on the weekly chart, all you're telling yourself and asking yourself is this weekly candle of this week going higher, or is this weekly candle going lower? That's all you are asking yourself on the weekly chart. I'm not even drawing any lines, or obviously I will draw lines just to give myself a, just so we can actually see here, we have some sort of key. Okay, no, that's not the right tool I wanted to use. You can see we have a key level on the weekly chart here. There we go. It actually is the box I was looking for. We have a beautiful key level on the weekly chart over here, guys. As you guys can see. Wow, how does this work? As you guys can see, we acted as there was comfortable resistance, broke resistance, acted as support, broke support, acted as resistance, came right back up to break the resistance, acted as support again. So this is a key level, guys. This level has been tested several times. So we see this is a key level. So all you want to ask yourself is, based on this weekly candle, where do you see the market drawing to next? What do you see this market, this weekly candle doing basically next, right? Is it going higher or is the candle going lower? So in order for us to determine that, we look at the ultimate trend on the weekly chart. The ultimate trend has been extremely bullish, guys. We've been in a bullish trend since a couple of months now, the entire year basically. We've been bullish on gold. Gold's sentiment has been extremely bullish. You guys all know, you guys who trades gold. There's a lot of gold lovers probably watching this right now. That is why I'm doing gold firstly. You guys know gold's bullish, had a bullish sentiment for a period of time now. So if we stick to the trend, we can simply and we can clearly make out that we are bullish here, right? So for us to focus on high probability setups, like I always teach my students, I always teach my community, high probability setups is setups that is in alignment with the higher time frame trend, right? Yes, we can always find on the lower time frame, we can find pullbacks and we can catch counter trend trades, but I usually like to stick to the actual trends trades, right? I like to only, for example, in this sense, I'll only look for buying opportunities when it comes to gold. So in my instance, I would love gold to go higher this week. I see this candle on gold going higher. I see this as a liquidity, as a break in liquidity. I see this as a liquidity hunt. As you guys can see, we hunted liquidity, we raided liquidity to the downside, and we had the immediate displacement back up to the upside. So a lot of you guys would see this as a break of structure to the downside. I see this as a liquidity grab, faking out early sellers, and there was an immediate displacement right back up, and that was confirmed that to me that this was a fake out. That confirmed to me this was a fake out. Look at the immediate displacement into the desired direction again, which is bullish, and that's what we're looking for. Only looking for buying setups when we're in the ultimate bullish trend, guys. We're only looking for high probability buy setups, right? So let me go on to the daily time frame. So my bias for the week was going higher. That's all I'm asking myself in the weekly candle. So right, if I go into the daily chart, let's see our levels on the daily chart. Let's see if it is in alignment with what we have. So now we know, guys, our bullish bias for the week is on the weekly chart. It's buys, right? So we're only looking for buys this week. We're telling ourselves the weekly candle is going higher. So why would you look for sells if you told yourself that the weekly candle on the weekly chart, when you did your analysis on Monday, which you're doing today, or on Sunday night, you told yourself, I predict this weekly candle to go higher, so why are you looking for sells? Yes, there will be counter trend pullback sells that you can catch on the lower time frames, but for more high probability setups, guys, for a better risk to reward ratio, for more confidence in holding your trades for much longer, for a better RR, for those of you who doesn't obviously have a consistent RR, I would stick to buys, right? I would stick to buys, guys. I would go only for high probability and low risk buy setups. So if you look at it on the daily chart, guys, you can see here, this was the uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. We then had a short minor counter trend, as you guys can see, bearish pullback, where sellers stepped in. There was some nice bearish order flow here on the daily. But as you guys can see, we had in the immediate displacement, even the market structure shift to the upside once again on gold, signaling to me we are continuing. This might be the reversal and the continuation of the bullish trend again, right? Yes, a lot of you guys was faked out to this early sellers trap. This is called the early sellers trap, guys. How many sellers got in confidently here? How probably waiting for the next key level to meet the next key level. They probably anticipated the market to come all the way up until this next key level, trapping sellers. And what was it? What happened? Immediate displacement. This is a strong signal. We're going back into bullish sentiment. We're going back into bullish territory. When I saw this displacement to the upside, raiding this inverse fair value gap on the daily time frame as well, it was even more confirmation to me that when a inverse fair value gaps get raided like this, guys, especially on the high time frame, especially on a high time frame like this, on the daily time frame, we get a raid of the IFG, right? and then we get a pullback right back into this FEG, acting as a key support level now. So I see this key support level holding, I see this IFEG, guys, this internal liquidity holding as a key support level now, right? Now let's move down to our 4-hour. So we marked out now our key levels on our weekly, we now refined it on our daily, so now let's refine it even further on the 4-hour. So you guys saw I marked out the daily inverse fair value gap. So I told you guys, your charts should be fractal. When you are breaking down your charts, your analysis should be so fractal. What you're doing on the one time frame, you should see the exact same thing on the lower time frame, just in a more refined, just now more, all you're doing is you're refining it. But the exact same thing you should be looking for and doing for on the 4-hour and then on the 1 hour. So I'm going to show you now. I showed you an inverse fair value gap on the daily. So where's a more refined inverse fair value gap now on the 4-hour? And there we go, here it is. So you see how fractal the markets are, guys. There's my inverse fair value gap on the 4-hour, lining up with, it's still within this key zone that I had for the daily, but now just a level within that daily level, a more refined 4-hour level within the daily level. And that's how we break it down and we refine it, and that's how we get to our lower time frames to eventually get that low risk entry, which I'm going to show you guys. I don't know why is this tool being so weird, but okay, I think it's updated version of the Telegram, TradingView, guys. So guys, you can see the inverse fair value gap now acting as a key level of support on the daily time, on the 4-hour time frame as well. So I'm very, very confident that this is back into the bullish trend, guys. We're going back into bullish sentiment. So IFEG acting as a key support level here. I'm anticipating higher pricing from here, guys, right? I'm anticipating higher pricing from here. Look at all this internal, look at all this low resistance liquidity runs over here. Look at this low resistance liquidity runs was now raided. So now let's move to our 1 hour, guys. And let's look for an even refined level, an even more refined level on the 1 hour time frame. And as you guys can see, we have another one right over here which we're going to refine. We have another one right over here, also lining up beautifully with the 4 hours one, guys. So guys, all these levels should be lining up. The markets are fractal. The markets are fractal. You see, I don't know why this is doing this. It's not supposed to be doing this. Okay. The markets are fractal. There's a 1 hour inverse fair value gap, beautifully also been raided now, right? It's been raided. So we find ourselves within this 1 hour inverse fair value gap, right? Now we're going to move on to the lower time frame just to look for an inverse fair value gap on the lower time frame. It will act as support as well. Remember, guys, inverse fair value gaps, internal liquidities. When you speak about fair value gaps, when we speak about inverse fair value gaps, this is actual key support and resistance level. This is actually classic key support and resistance levels. These are my favorite support and resistance levels, right? We have a normal retail support and resistance levels, right? Which I always send in my every single day in my VIP, in my free group. I send an in-depth analysis of support and resistance, internal, external liquidity, potential reversal points. So I give you as much information based on, you know, my strategy, which is smart money, and then I give you even the retail strategies combined with it to make it even more powerful, guys. So if you really listen and you really read my analysis and my chart breakdowns every day in that group, you can actually make so much more money, because I'm combining what you know, key support and resistance levels from retail trading with my smart money concepts, which gives even more high probability, because these levels actually line up. Look what I'm showing you guys, how these inverse fair value gaps actually access key levels of support and key levels of resistance, guys. So now I'm going to move down to the 30-minute, and let's go look for a refined level, an inverse fair value gap level on the 30-minute as well. Right? So if you guys can see here, actually still lining up on 30-minute as well also. So let's move to the 15-minute. Let's move to the 15 minutes. So this is how we find our entry, basically, guys. This is how we find our entries and how we basically move to lower time frames to look for a more lower risk setup. So we know that we find ourselves in this key level, right? This is a key day. This level I've marked on the daily chart already. We still find ourselves in the zone. Then I went to the 4 hour and I found the refined level. We still find ourselves in that zone also. I went to the 1 hour, and this is the 1 hour zone that we are currently in that draw. It's still within the zone as well. So all the market, the time frames is fractal, it's lining up, guys, right? 5 minutes, okay, I don't see anything in the 15 minutes, anything saucy for you to show, for me to basically give you entry. a reason for entry basically. So we're going to the 5 minute, guys, right? Remember, we're looking for buys. I don't see anything on the 5 minute. Let me see on the 1 minute for a nice 1 minute inverse fair value gap that we could find a nice entry on. Nothing. Here we go. So here is a nice 1 minute one, guys, that we could have acted on, that we could have entered on, because we remember we do find ourselves. Now I can always delete these zones now, because we know now we do find ourselves within the zone. We know our high time frame key levels. Now we're going to our entry, guys. So now we caught what I did was I went to go market key levels on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, daily, just to show me, just to give me bias, just to give me confidence, just to give me a narrative to show me where I'm heading. So now I know I'm heading, I'm looking for bias. Now trading is as simple as this. Stop complicating it, guys. Know the bias, know where you're heading, and just forget about all the levels. Delete it all now. Delete all the levels now and go to your 1 minute and go look for your entry model in conjunction with the trend. As simple as that. So now I'm looking for buys. Now all I do is I wait for my times to trade and I go to my chart. I go look at the chart now. I go on the 1 minute because I'm looking for buys. All I do is I go look for a buy entry model on the 1 minute, and here I could have acted on this beautifully if I was at the chart now. Obviously I was not busy with you guys, but we could have now entered based on the 1 minute entry. We could have entered now. Let me show you. We could have entered. I'm just looking for the box now. Sorry. Where is this now? Where is my yeah. We could have entered on this inverse fair value gap now on the 1 minute. You guys see the inverse fair value gap there as well now, acting as a key level of support. You can see here it got rated broke, but it came right back up and it retested the level of support, and now it's holding. So here you guys can actually have another chance to jump in this trade on gold now, right, on this inverse fair value gap. It was rated. For example, let's take this. Let's see how this plays out. Where is this now? Long and short. Long and short. Where you? So entry on this inverse fair value gap. Alright, stop loss quite tight. We'll just have it below this inverse fair value gap's candle, right? It will be about a 1:3. Let's start with the 1:3. Just start with the data highs. Simple 1:3, guys. Even the 1:2 can be a bit more aggressive. You can even go take out this low resistance liquidity if you want to. There's a lot of low resistance liquidity here. Look at all this low resistance liquidity that I see as where the market's going to draw to and take out. It's all low resistance liquidity over here. Low resistance. So what does a low resistance liquidity run means, guys? This is the market will most likely come here and raid this. It's a low resistance liquidity run. It's most likely to come to get drawn to and get raided, right? And look how beautifully we're running from there, guys. If you guys took this trade, you guys should be running in profits now. To the T, guys. Look how we've respected this key level of this IFEG, key level of support, acting as a key level of support now. Let's play this trade out. Like I said, I would have catched the trade if we had one, and here the model played out. So let's see how this trade plays out. I hope you just manage risk, follow through with the plan. If you do take this trade, if you trade gold, and this will be great if it's my first live session, guys, with you guys, and we take profit on a 1:3, 1:4, 1:5 even. It'll be a great start. But then that's setting the standards high. Guys, at the end of the day, all we do is we manage risk, take the trade, we enter flawlessly, we enter without any fear. When our setup plays out, did a top-down analysis now, we made sure all the time frames are fractal, we understood the buys, we understand the narrative, we know where the market is heading on the longer term, so we have confidence to hold it for buys now. We also stick to the longer term time frame, so it was much more high probability than catching sells, because you guys saw on the high time frames, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, we have been bullish. We have been extremely bullish. So that is why I'm only confident in looking for buys, and I look for this buy setup. So find your bias, find your narrative, understand your, draw out your key levels, which I draw it out for you. I draw it out on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour, on the daily, and then go look for your entry model within those key levels. It's as simple as that. Just go look for your entry model at specific times within those key levels in conjunction with the high time frame trend and bias, and let the probabilities do its thing. It's a game of probabilities at the end of the day, guys. It's a game of probabilities. Adopt the probabilities mindset and you will be here for the long term. You need to adopt the long term whole mind. You need to adopt the long haul mindset, guys. It's very, very important. Stop viewing your trades as individual trades. Stop viewing your trades as individual trades. You're going to get hurt, guys. You are going to get hurt. You need to view it at least, for example, you need to have a batch of trades for the month, then you can review your results. Can't review trade by trade and that determines who you are as a trader. No, a trader you're only defined by a period of results. That's what will make you understand if your strategy is working or not. If you're losing for a day, you're losing for 2 days, you're losing for a week, that doesn't mean your strategy doesn't work. And this is your problem. You keep hopping from strategy to strategy to strategy because it was a high probability setup. I did all my key levels, I waited for my time, Zaza, but it's still stop loss. That's trading. Welcome to trading. Welcome to trading. There's times where I did my entire analysis, I did a proper breakdown, I prepared so well for the trade, but it hit stop loss. Why? It's a game of probabilities, guys. And because I adopted mindset, I become so calm about it. I don't care, right? Even if I come on here today and I hit the stop loss, who gives a hell, right? Who cares? All we did was I played out my plan. I stick to my plan. And that plan has been working for me consistently in financial markets. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to execute it flawlessly. Whatever happens, happens. If I come in and losing for an entire month, then I have to review my plan. Then I have to review my system. Then I have to go back. But guys, just adopt the long haul mindset. Is very, very important in trading. It's very, very, very important. So we're currently running about 1:1, 1:2 into this trade if I'm not mistaken. So say about 1:1. In profits, guys, you guys should all be in profits right now, whoever took this trade live with. I don't trade gold daily. That's one I just gave to you guys. You know I trade only NAS 100, guys, and my time is basically past 4. It's past 5 now due to NYS is only open at 4:30 now, so now my trading time is shifted an hour later, obviously. But yeah, so guys, I was obviously gonna go to National 100 now, but because I obviously not gave this live trade, I might as well just stay in here, let this first play out, and I can just move on to whatever afterwards. But let me just finish and let this trade first play out. So remember, guys, we look for key levels. We look for we do our top-down analysis on our weekly, to the daily, to the 4 hour, to the 1 hour. We could draw key levels. Then we understand the narrative, we understand the high time frame trend, and now we go to our 1 hour. To our 1 minute or to the 5 minute, depending on what you prefer. I'm more aggressive, so I go to the 1 minute. I get a more refined entry. You more conservative, so you go to the 5 minute. You will find the exact. You're just finding it on the longer term. You're just finding it in the later stage than me. We're choosing the 5 minute, but you can find the exact same entry model that I find on the 1 minute. You're just choosing it at the later stage because you chose the 5 minute. Basically, I just caught it much earlier than you within that same move, but because I chose it on the 1 minute, I caught the most earliest and most recent move of that. Basically, of the move, I caught the most recent price action, and I caught the most refined entry. Basically, the most lowest risk entry. So the lower the time frame you go for your entries, the lower the risk of the trade and the higher the probability. That is why I do stick to these low risk entries. So this tends to you need to stop loss often, but it's quite small. And when you hit your winners, you guys can see it's about up to 3-4 RR wins at the time. So these losses, if you manage it 1 to 2 losses per day, obviously you're going to have over trading. You're going to have 10 of these losses, you're going to keep jumping in. These losses is going to multiply, it's going to compound, and it's going to become a substantial loss. But if you stick to your plan, you take 1 to 2 trades a day, you only lose about 1 to 2% a day. You will in it for the long run. You must lose 10 times to blow your fund account. You must lose 100 times to lose 100,000 rand. If you're risking only 1,000 rand per trade, you're only risking 1% per trade. You need to lose 100 times, and if you lose 100 times, you need to freaking pack your bags and you need to go home. And you need to quit, because there is something wrong with your system. There is something wrong with your system, guys, and something you need to just review the results basically, and just find a different strategy or something, refine your system, or something needs to change. But as long as it works, guys, 62% of the time, there's no need to change the strategy. You can actually just put the stop loss a slightly bit lower the wick of this candle, the wick of this IFG. See, this is the IFG candle, so just put it below this wick, guys. Just put it a bit below that wick, just for a bit more safety. Because sometimes you can just come till that wick and then still respect it. Come on, gold, man. Fucking hell. Let's see if this trade still didn't take too long. Okay, let's leave it so long. Let's go to, okay. Shouldn't I, guys? Should I go to National 100 as well? Comments below. Please comment if I should do National 100 as well, please. Please comment if I should stay on gold. Let's continue this trade. Let's finish play it out, or should I go on to National 100 and do a given NAS trade as well? Trade idea. Let me know in the comments. So we respecting this level nicely. You guys can see this key level here, this IFG has been respected as a support so beautifully, extremely beautifully. That's why I love these IFGs, guys. I absolutely love it. Gold. This is why I don't trade gold, guys. Too much up and down I go. I actually used to love gold when I just started my journey. You know, that's everybody. Whoever starts trading, they think they must trade gold, and they think they actually get some sort of success from it at the start, and you think like, this is the pair I should trade, until gold will humble you. Gold will humble you, my friend. That's the day. Okay, we currently now draw down by a few pips, few points. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see how this plays out. Too much bearish momentum over here, eh? Okay, looks like we gatekeeping over here. Looks like we freaking gatekeeping. But gold loves to grab liquidity. It loves to grab liquidity. So it will come, it will keep it out there, it will invalidate the setup and go right up again. That's just how I know gold. But we were probably just wrong. It's either liquidity grab or we were just wrong, guys. That is trading. We're simply wrong. When you move to the next setup, but we're still holding. We're still holding. Let's see. Ah, raided. Okay, not yet. Not as of yet. So that is exactly why I said stop loss above, below that wick. It's kind of raided, but let's see what it does from here. Because IFG is still valid if this bullish candle, if this is now engulfing candle. Remember, there was no break below this IFG. So this IFG, it was just a wick, and you can see it literally wicked this IFG. So the IFG becomes valid. Remember, guys, when the level gets raided with, sometimes a lot of us think that the fast breakout movement of the candle, it's breaking out, it's breaking the level, and then it's just a huge liquidity grab. Candle stays within. If the candle doesn't break the level, guys, but it's only a weak break, if there's no candle closure, then the level is still valid. Especially on NFP and CPI does that. Your levels is valid, but it's just a liquidity raid at that level. It will wick it. You'll think it's a break, but then it comes right back into your level. It wicks it right back into it. That means it's still valid. You just had to wait for the liquidity grab. You just had to first wait for the liquidity raid, and then you should have gotten in. You just had to have a bit more patience. But with gold, like I've said, gold, I don't know, you can have so much patience, but it comes right back again. Okay, rated stop loss hit, guys. That is stop loss hit. That is stop loss hit for gold. We were probably just wrong on that one. So let's move on to NAS 100 and let's see what NAS 100 has for us. Okay, so let me go into the daily chart, guys, right? Like I said, we do a top-down analysis all the time, very, very important. Let's see what the narrative is on the daily chart. Okay, as you guys can see, clearly the daily chart has been bullish. We've been in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? So clearly buys bullish sentiment, right? Definitely bullish sentiment for Nasdaq 100. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some key levels. So I'll go draw some key levels. For example, you can see over here we had a nice IFG that was respected as a key level of support on the daily. We had another one here acting as another key level of support now. All right. Now I'm going to move to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, let's go see if our levels line up. Let's go see if our levels line up, guys. So guys, like I said, I use these IFGs literally as key levels of support and resistance. Literally as key levels of support and resistance. Okay. 4 hour, 1 hour. Okay. Let's see what we have over here. So you can see once again, we had high lows, we had some bearish pullback here, a nice retracement or a pullback on the daily time, on the 1 hour time frame, sorry. This was actually today. This was nice sells you could have caught, but this is counter trend like I've mentioned to you. This is counter trend, but it was nice. It wasn't A plus setups. A plus setups is setups that is in conjunction with the high time frame trends. I would call this an A setup, or it was probably a B setup. It was an A plus setup. A plus setups would come now, probably, as you can see now, there was a raid on liquidity here, right? Raid on liquidity, taking early sellers. Sellers probably thought now, you know, this is now basis of stepping in, but I was definitely see a liquidity grab here. I definitely see this liquidity pool being raided, and let's see if there was some form of displacement after that has been raided. So 15 minutes, let's see for some form of IFG that we could enter on to the upside again. I see something nice. I see something fruity. So you guys can see, boom, boom, boom. What do you guys see here? Beautiful. Like I've mentioned, I saw this as a rated liquidity, and there was an immediate displacement back to the upside, which was a good sign to me. A rated liquidity, immediate displacement to the upside, right? And then we had some ranging market, we had some accumulation here. And what did we have here again? We had a rated liquidity again of this accumulation. Where's my tools now? All right. So I would draw this out again now, guys, as a key level of support that I would see the market need to respect right now. There we go. And the nice part is I saw some form of trend line or just accumulation over here. So simply the market accumulating buy stops and sell stops, accumulating as much money to fund the actual move to the upside. But rated liquidity to the downside, immediate displacement to the back to the upside. In the displacement to the upside, it left what? It left the inverse fair value gap as well, which we want to see act as a key level of support now. Now what's the time now? It's ideal time. I'll get in this trade as well. Alright, I'll get into this trade as well. So I'm gonna go for a long now here, guys. I'm gonna go for long now here. I am going for long now here. Stop loss just below. Once again, the IFG. So you guys see, even after loss, I take my setup never changes. It will never ever change because it works consistently more than it doesn't in the markets. So what I will target here is I'll just target nice 1:3. Three would be actually 24 days, 60. I'll leave it about there. 1:4. Only 1:4. It's fine. So only risking about 18.4 pips to make about 70 pips, guys, to the upside. Right? So this is the 5 minute. Look at the 1 minute. You can even for more refined entry. Okay. So let's see how this plays out, guys. This is the last trade for the night. We can never go to another one. My wife will kill me. But there's a nice setup for you guys now. Let's see if we can recover the gold loss we took. So should only be a 1% loss. If we do hit the TP, it's a 4%, and you're up 3% for the night. And you say thank you. But we just stick to our plan, guys. Like you've seen, I did the exact same thing on all my chart breakdowns now. I didn't change a thing. I didn't change a thing. You didn't even hear me change a word in the way, I don't know. But that is how trading should be, guys. You should have a model that is you're so confident about the edge, that you're so confident about that it should be second nature to you. And look how beautifully now we are respecting the zone. We had a nice bullish engulfing candle. Let's see how this plays out. Also, my timing is the right time now. I do trade this time if I take a NY PM session. This is in New York PM, so it's optimal time that I would take a trade. So that is why I do see this as an A+ setup. So guys, if you have found value in this, if you do find value in this channel, if you have found value in content and in live trading sessions like this, please share this to friends and family. Please grow this channel. Please make more people aware of this. People who's looking to get into the industry, people who even have experience, even experienced traders who's looking for the edge, who still haven't found the edge. This would be perfect for them. This is perfect for them, guys. Because I know there's so many traders out there who think or act like they made it, but who's actually looking for edge. I think this is one of the most easiest strategies you'll ever find out in the market, guys. One of the most easiest strategies you'll ever find in the market. And look how beautifully we're running from the zone. You guys should be in profits right now. Let's not put the break even as of yet. Do not be cheap with the trading. A lot of you guys are in a rush too early to put the break even as probably also gonna come back down again. Zaza, oh, we took a loss before this now. Don't be cheap with the trading. Stick to the plan. stop loss, take profit, entry, whatever happens, happens. It's only three things can happen. It's either big loss, it's either small loss, it's either no loss. There's only three things that could happen in your trading. It's either no loss, it's either small loss, or it's either a big win. There's nothing else that should have, there should be no other outcome, guys. It's either small loss, it's either no loss, you hit break even, or it's either big win. There's no small wins involved. There's no big losses involved. You don't get that in trading. You don't get, that's not supposed to be part of your system. In the system I'm teaching you guys here, there's nothing, there exists nothing like big loss, and there doesn't exist something like a small win, because you just want to take out for the sake of taking out because it's at 1:1. It's 1,000 rand showing on my screen. I've never seen 1,000 rand before. That is why a lot of us take out at 1:1. So when we do incur loss after that, it's also 1% loss. It eats up the win because our wins we don't hold for long enough. Because if you're going to take out a break or put your stop loss to break even when it comes to 1:1 because you fear that it turn around again, you're never going to make money, guys. You only actually make money when you become fearless, when you do not worry about making money. That's when you actually make money. When you do not worry about hitting stop loss, that's when you actually don't hit stop loss. When you actually worry about hitting stop loss, that's when you hit stop loss, is when you're worried about hitting stop loss. This is trading is a reflection of what's happening in your brain, what's happening in your mind. The chart is a reflection of what's happening in your mind. So if you have a negative mindset, you always have negative results. If you're always telling yourself it's going to hit stop loss, you're always going to hit stop loss. We only become so confident traders because our edge is actually the mental edge, more than the edge in the trading. Like, I'm so confident with the setup, I don't even know what's going to happen, but I'm so confident I'm on ETP. I'm so relaxed, I'm even live in the stream with you guys, but I don't give a hell. I'm like just so confident in the setup, I'm getting in it, we're going to hit TP, whatever happens, happens. But I'm so confident my mental edge is what the edge I'm actually talking about. Yes, you need to have an edge for the strategy, but the biggest edge is your mental edge, guys. My take profit, you take profit all the time because I literally pictured hitting the profit before the time I didn't see the take profit hitting. You understand? You already see stop loss hitting and twice stop loss hit all the freaking time. When I get into a trade, it's like for me it's automatic profits. Yes, so because of that, as a winner or as experienced traders, you always feel some sort of way when you take a loss because you're so confident in your edge. You always just, because you're used to winning so much now, because you found it, because you gain experience. When you do take a loss, you'll be like, fuck, like, yo, damn. You know what I mean? Like, it will always still give you like a damn feeling, like, damn. Also confident in that setup. But that is where trading is trading. That is where the markets will forever humble you and you will never be able to have a 100% win rate. That's when no one will ever have a 100% win rate. All we can do, guys, is control the risk. Stop focusing on how much you're going to make for the day. Instead, focus on how much am I willing to risk for the day. No businessman ever knows how much he's making for the day. All he knows is how much does he have in his hand and what is he willing to risk for this deal or what is he willing to risk for this day. The profits will take care of itself. He doesn't know what the outcome of the deal is going to be if he takes a risk, basically. I mustn't now wait now all night, man. It's push, brother. It's push, man. Let's make these people some money. So here's the 1 minute IFEG. Want to refine it even more? Here's the 1 minute IFEG, guys. Can you see over here? Yeah, refine the level even more for you in a 1 minute IFEG. Shit. I don't know this. I'm just gonna write this in here, man. Text IFEG. So that's the 1 minute IFEG that I marked out, guys. Right? It's acting, it should act as a key level of support now to push price higher. Should act as a key level of support to push price higher. So this is the thing of live trading, Siobhan. This is the thing of live trading, bro. I know people that sit. I know a guy called Jamie Yu. That guy does live trading every day with his community. They sit whole day, bruh. They sit whole day. Jamie, shout out to you, my brother. Killing the game, live trading, bro. I don't know how you have that discipline and that, but motivated me. That's the level I want to keep up for this channel as well. This up for resistance, liquidity run. So yeah, this is a high resistance liquidity run. And that is immediate displacement. And also when it had the liquidity raid, guys, it left the IFEG, which I would always love to see. Left the IFEG. We came back up to what we respected it so far. You can see here. We are respecting it still so far. Let's see how this plays out. But to me, this looks like a good level. So get raided, but I don't know. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Sorry, guys. Sorry. This is gonna turn into the midnight show. I know these guys of you on here that will stay up with me every night. That's the type of people I if with. But I actually never been that crazy about forex trading, to be honest. I don't know, like I just probably did enough work in the day to learn. Cause I was never that guy to like lam up in the night and trade, like, and like, could never do that in general or anything. I need my sleep, at least my 5 hours, 4 hours. But that's what makes your cookie crumble by all means, guys. I'm sure if you do put in that extra work in, if I could have done that extra work at night, I would have probably been much further. So IPG is respected beautifully so far as support. I'm happy. I'm still happy we'll be respecting this as support. Come on. Why are you being a bad boy? Why are you being a bad boy? Why are you being a bad boy tonight, guys? What kind of Who's tripping? I'm tripping, I don't know. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna leave you guys with the setup. This is we're gonna probably wait. I don't know how long we're gonna wait. So probably play at 9:45. This is when this market will move now. Quarter to 10 always. But guys, if you found value in a channel like this, if you found value in a lesson like this, or in a session like this tonight, or if you just enjoy live trading, you can actually come trade live with me. You can break down the chart, you can get in-depth analysis, you can see how I enter, you can see how I exit, you can just learn more about the basics, about the fundamentals of forex trading. If this is a channel, guys, that you found value in, please be sure to like, please be sure to subscribe, please be sure to share this to as much family and friends who is in the industry, who is in the beginning stages, who is in the intermediary stages, who is in the advanced stages. This can add value to each and every one of them, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support from day one. As you guys know, I'll be here providing value all the time. I'll be providing as much value as I can. And thanks so much to you, Javon. Thanks so much to the Roll Louder Network for allowing us this opportunity, brother, to give back value, using a platform to give back value to the people of South Africa, the people of Cape Town, who's also looking to just, invest the time, invest money into a long-term high income skill. So guys, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, guys. It's your boy Zaza. Have a great evening further, and see you guys in the next one. Laptop died as well.